Hello everyone, how are you all doing? So this week we're going to look at a song called Puliyarkon Puliyarkon Kalal Potri, which is a greeting to the gurus of Tirumurais. So let's first of all let's see how to sing this song, and then we'll be right back to see the meaning. Tiruchitrambalam Puliyarkon Veppolitha Puliyarkon Kalal Potri Puliyarkon Veppolitha Puliyarkon Kalal Potri Alimisai Kalmidapil Anaitha Piranadi Potri Alimisai Kalmidapil Anaitha Piranadi Potri Valithiru Naalvar Vantondar Padam Potri Valithiru Naalvar Vantondar Padam Potri Ulimali Tiruvada Uratiru Tal Potri Ulimali Tiruvada Uratiru Tal Potri Tiruchitrambalam. Okay, so that was the song. So now to the meaning. Before we look into the direct meaning of these lines, let's look who have sing this hymn, who is the exponent or author behind this hymn. So a person called Umabadi Sivacharyar, he sings this song, he authors this song. So this hymn, so basically it refers or it directs to four people. Okay, let's start all over again. Saivism has two groups of teachers which is being keynoted. So the first one is called Samaya Kuravargal, who are Kuravargal literally means teachers. So religious teachers are the four main characters, which consists of four main characters: Thiruñanasamudar, Tirunavukkarasar, Sundarar and Manikavasagar, four. And then we have the other part of another group of four teachers who are called as Sandana Kuravargal, who are the authors. Basically these people are the authors of the philosophical book which we call Siddhanta Saivam, the 14 Siddhanta Saivam books. These are pretty much all theories, dry subjects and stuff like that, the theories of Saivism, right? So for that we have four teachers: Megandar, Umapati Sivam, Arunandi Sivam and Maraiñanasamudar, for them. So among one of these guys, Umapati Sivam, is the teacher who actually sung the Greek hymn which we're going to learn today, dedicating to these four Samaya Kuravargal, who are the religious teachers: Thiruñanasamudar, Tirunavukkarasar, Sundarar and Manikavasagar. I hope I did not confuse you guys, right? Okay, from here. So this Samaya Kuravargal basically sung or have authored a collection of hymns which are known as Tirumurais. Tirumurai has 12 chapters and 18,000 songs. In total, there is 27 exponent or 27 teachers or gurus or authors have actually written all these songs, 18,000 songs, and 26 are human and one is God himself. If you get the chance to go through the original book of Tirumurais, hymns, each and every hymn, you will see the hymn and then the author below that hymn. So you will find a word called Irayanar, which actually means God himself being one of the author to compile or create this scripture Tirumurai, right? But even though there's 27 people, four to be highlighted is said as Samaya Kuravargal, the religious teachers, which are Thiruñanasamudar, Tirunavukkarasar, Sundarar and Manikavasagar. I keep repeating these names because they are very prominent people when it comes to Saivism, so I want you guys to remember, right? So that's that. I do want to put some extra input in you guys this week because when you listen to many speeches by a lot of scholars, or if you happen to read a lot about Saivism, you will come across few taglines like who are the four prominent people that's called Naalvar in Tamil. When they say Naalvar, then you have to remember Tirunavukarasar, Thiruñana Sambandar, Thirunavukarasar, Sundarar and Manikavaskar. If they say Moovar Mudaligal, the three prime people in Tirumurai, then you have to remember Thiruñana Sambandar, Thirunavukarasar and Sundarar. We will leave out Manikavaskar. If they say the eyes of Saivism too, then you must remember Thiruñana Sambandar and Thirunavukarasar. These are all taglines used in scriptures to refer to certain people, right? So that's why this is extra input just to know, right? So that's that. And following to that, we have to know, okay, this Puliyarkon song, so when do we sing it, or when do we chant this hymn? So the first thing is, whenever you want to start reading Saivism books, or you want to learn something in Saivism, we usually chant this hymn, because it is like paying respect to the authors, to get their blessings, to understand their work much clearer, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's that. And in another reason, in another case where we use Puliyarkon is usually we do daily house prayers, and that we do use Puliyarkon to begin our puja. House puja, you have never spoke about that before. I totally understand, guys. Soon I'll do a video on that, and if I've already done it, you can check on the description box. I will leave a comment below to show you guys how one can do house prayers, right? So that's that. So shall we jump into the song? Okay, the first line goes as Puliyarkon Veppulitha Puliyarkon Kalal Potri. So Puliyar means, we will start with the ending first. Basically, Kalal Potri is greetings to his feet, right? Basically, greetings, the song is acknowledging someone. So the first line is referring to Thiruñana Sambandar. Why? Puliyar means it's a family name for these Pandya kings, right? They are also known as Puliyars. So Puliyarkon, the Puliyar family, and the king of Puliyar is basically the Pandya, one of the Pandya king. Here specifically they are referring to Nindrasir Nedumaran, one of the king whose name is Nindrasir Nedumaran. So Thiruñana Sambandar once uses the holy ash Thiruneeru to cure a type of fever which this Pandya king had. So they say, they are saying that wishes to the Thiruñana Sambandar who have cured the fever of Pandya king, right? And here they also use a tag, or they use a word to refer to ஞான Sambandar as Puliyarkon. Pugali means ஞான Sambandar was born in Sirgali. Sirgali temple has 12 different names for 12 different reasons. So one of the name is Pugali. If you want to know more about that Pugali, I would just add a bit here, like tiny bits here. Basically, once upon a time there was a guy called Surapadaman. He was not a very good guy, but he's not a monster. Basically, he had some superpowers and he was doing real evil stuff to the innocent people. So these innocent people were pleading for some protection, and they went and surrendered themselves in Pugali, which is Sirgali temple. So Pugali in Tamil literally means like the place to surrender. So that's why Pugali. Puliyarkon is the king of Sirgali. Usually this dialect, basically king of Sirgali, will be mentioned in several different places in Tirumurai to refer to Thiruñana Sambandar. So I guess I did not confuse you guys again a lot. Basically this line means Thiruñana Sambandar who have cured Pandya's fever, greetings to him, because it's a miracle. So then the second line goes Ali Misai Kalmidapil Anenda Piran Adipotri. Again, Adipotri means greetings to his feet, or hail him, sort of thing. So Ali means ocean. Once there was a person who actually floated using a stone on the ocean, great ocean. So that's a miracle. Who did it? If you guys have known about Saivism, you already can guess it. It's Tirunavukarasar. Tirunavukarasar, once he was punished by these Jains, the people who don't believe in God, basically. For some reason, the story is long, put it short. So they actually tied him on a rock and threw him into an ocean so that he will die. But however, Tirunavukarasar sung a hymn, goes like Sotrune Vediyan, and it comes to a point where he says Natrune Yavadu Namasivayave. Namasivaya, the Namasivaya mantra actually will protect me. When he said the word, the stone started floating and he reached the shore. So basically that's referring to the song is saying greetings to the person who made such a miracle. Is that true or not? Is it a fictional story? You can check it out if you come to India. So that's that. Then the third line is basically goes like Vali Tirunavalur Vantondar Padam Potri. Vali means hey, long live, right? Why this third line says as long live? Let's pause here and go back to Saivism a bit. Extra knowledge. So Saivism says that a religion should have three main things. If it's a religion, to complete one concept or ideology to be a religion, then you must cover all these three parts. The first thing is a religion should talk about ultimate truth, which is like God. Who is God? Who are we? What's wrong with us? Why are we in this world? It should talk about it. Then it should talk about the method of escaping this world. Why are we here? How do we get away from this world? What is our main goal? And all sort of that. Pause. So it should talk about the methods of obtaining the God's great bliss, right? And then the third thing it should talk about, a religion should talk about, is the testimonies. Who have understood this ultimate truth? Who have practiced this method? And the testimonies of all of these people, so that we can have hope. Does this actually work? Is this the right path? Who have done it before? Who have walked this path before, right? This kind of stories, according to Saivism, we don't call it as Puranas, because Puranas are pretty much fiction, but our version of testimonies, we call it as history, because if you ever get a chance to visit India, especially Tamil Nadu, you could find a lot of miracles still happening, and all the proofs and evidence of all this story being have happened in this planet and in this land. So that's history, right? So okay, coming back to the story. So why Vali Tirunavalur Vantondar? They say Hail Sundarar. Navalur is basically like, okay, I say I'm a Malaysian, so that's how Navalur is a place. So Navaluran means the Navalur guy, so that refers to Sundarar. So they say long live this guy Tirusundarar. Vantondar, they also add another word called Vantondar, because he's the only guy who acted or took God as his personal friend, and he's the harsh guy. If you read Saivism or the original scripture, Tirumurai, especially Yelam Tirumurai, or if you look into Periya Puranam, where Sekilar talks about the story, the occurrences in Sundarar's life, you can see that the first song itself is a great proof. He says, you crazy guy. He greets God as you crazy guy, because there was an incident where God says that you are my slave, and he says like, in this era, which human becomes anyone's slave? You crazy guy? He says so. And in many other situations, all the greetings or the acknowledgements or how he talks to God is so harsh. So that's why they say Vantondar. Vantondar is literally like the violent one, right? So that's why they say, and Sundarar was the guy who actually organized and collected and gave us the 63 testimonies of people who have actually lived Saivism and obtained the great bliss. So he says that long live to this guy, because he is the only person who gave us hope. to refer back and see who have actually walked the path, right? So long live this guy. And the last line goes as Ulimali Tiruvadavurar Tiruttal Podre. Ulimali Tiruvadavurar is, Vadavur is again, it's a place. So the guy from Vadavur refers to Manika Vasagar. Uli, the root word is Ul, which means a lot of God's blessing. Okay, God's blessing, the bliss, God's blessing. Mali is over showering. The guy who has a lot of God's showering blessings, who is Manika Vasagar, and we greet his feet as well. So greetings to him as well. So what we are trying to conclude in this song is, we are trying to say greetings to all the girls and just lead us towards understanding the right side. That's all for this video. That's all this song talks about in this video. We can chant, or you can chant literally means you read Puliyarkon, Puliyarkon, color poetry, or you can sing Puliyarkon. However you do it before reading Saivism, or anytime you want to think about how great these gurus have given us, shared their knowledge to us, so that we could understand life much better. That's all guys for this video. See you guys in the next video. As usual, Bye guys.